data cleaning. Today, I want to show you how to be able to split your text and how to join them together, and different data types and how to split them together. So let me pull up my Excel. So look, imagine that you conducted a research, and then the research is you wanted to rank all the public universities in Ghana. KNUST, University of Ghana, UDS, University of Education, Winneba, UCC, Valley View University, University of or UNE, that in Sunyani, and then UHAS in O. People are going to rank them differently, and then at the end of it, the data has come this way. You cannot make sense with this kind of data the way it is. All right. So what you need to do, you have to split it up in order to be able to look at each of them in each column. And that's what is part of data cleaning. I think sometimes people mistake data cleaning for like removing just spaces, comma, unwanted characters. No. Data cleaning is also part of arranging the data in a manner that allows you to take out or to be able to get the information that you needed from the data. And that's part of data cleaning, even though in general we call everything data wrangling. So I'm going to be doing that this afternoon. Okay, so now, so we have this. So how do we split this? Before that, let me show you something briefly. So let's go to, let me increase the font a little bit. Okay. So I think I should add some more cells on this side. So if I have this, let's say I have, let's say, and I have this, and I can actually put them together using different methods. I can say text join, all right? And I will choose what we call a delimiter. The delimiter here, maybe I want the two names to be separated by comma. The delimiter is how you want the two texts to be separated. If you don't want them separated, then you leave your delimiter at no separation. So the delimiter will have to take a character. So in Excel, because it's taking a character, it has to be in double quotes. So if you want the two names to be separated by comma, then I'll do this and close it up, then put comma again. And then I will say we should ignore any other empty cells. And then I'll put there true. And then if you bring your comma there, the next thing is now asking you for the first text, and then you put comma, the second text, and then when you close it, it should be able to give you big bar, comma, and then right. So this is what we use text join for. But in this case, we are looking at text split. We are going to use text split. And I noticed that I don't have text split on Microsoft, on this particular part of Microsoft. The version of Windows I'm using, I don't have the text split function. But you see, there's always a way out if you know what you are doing. For instance, if I say text, if I start typing text split, you see that it's not there. It's not there. So how are we going to separate it? So let's come here. Now, first of all, to be able to separate everything that you wanted, how many are the items that you want to separate? Everything here is one word, is in one column, but we now want to separate it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have to make sure that you have 7 more empty columns from here. So this is 3. So I'm going to insert more columns from here. So to make sure that they are about 7. So I'll come here, highlight 1, and then say insert left. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, and let me put 8, then in that order. Now after that, the next thing to do is to come and highlight the whole of what you want to split. And so what we will do is that in the first place, it means this particular column is going to carry the ranking. That's the first rank. So we'll put there, that's the first. And then the second will be, okay, I've already mentioned it, that will be second. And then this should be our third ranking. This should be our fourth ranking. And then this should be fifth ranking, our sixth. And then this should be our seventh ranking, I'm sure. And then I don't know if there will be the eighth one, I'm not sure. Then that should be the eighth ranking. So we've put all of them like that. Now the next thing is, you now come to this particular point and highlight the whole thing. If there are many, just, I've already shown you how to be able to highlight when you have so many things. So now after you have highlighted the whole thing, go to your data. Now you will see, if you click on data, you will see something, this particular button called text to column. Click on that. You will see a delimiter. It means there is a delimiter we are going to use to split it. Then come down here and click on next. Now, what kind of delimiter do you think are separating the strings here? Remember, words in Microsoft are called strings. They are comma. We use comma and there's no space between them. So we will come here and say comma. Comma is our delimiter, and we don't have any of them that is a tab delimiter. So we'll close up the tab. And do we have any of the word that is in double quotes? No. So because of that, we will leave this particular side because that's why we've not selected the top one. And then we are good to go. So that is what we have here. If we are done, we have selected the comma now, come here and click next. And the next is asking us whether we are dealing with text, we are dealing with both text and numbers, or we are dealing with general, or we are dealing with date or any other thing. If it is dates, you select the, okay, I will also show you how to split dates. And then, so here we are dealing with only text, but I normally advise that it's good you leave it at general. The general takes care of everything. Now you are done, click on finished. And you see that it has split the data into the first places. This is how somebody ranked. So we can see the first, this is how somebody also ranked. This is the second places, the third places, and then in that order. Now this becomes very easy for you to be able to analyze. And so I could have come here and just do this, then alternate HOI, then I will make sure that the data is well fit. You see that now we have split the data. Now, let's say we have, I'm going to copy this, come here and paste it, and then we are good to go. Remember, the whole of this is in one column. So I'm going to come here, highlight the whole thing up to this point. And then I will simply just say alternate HOI, then it will fit it properly. Now we are also going to split this particular text, but it's different from the first one. This one doesn't have any thing like comma. The delimiter is space. The delimiter is space. So what we have to do is we follow the same process up to this point. All right. So we are up to this point, and then we can come. You go to your data, and then we have our text to columns. Then we have already selected the delimiter. Then we simply go to next. And in this case, we are not using comma. We are using space. It means the person who created the data used space to separate each particular, each particular string. So we choose the space. And then in that case, with whatever else is, there's nothing more to add to it. I've already explained that. And then I said, leave it at general. But if you choose text, there will be no problem with it. And then in that case, you are good to go. Then you come and click finished. It will also split the data into the first rank, second rank, in that order. To make sure that we reappropriate the data, then you just say Control A to highlight the whole thing. Then alternate HOI. Okay, this thing that appears there. So we have Control A, and then, oh my God. Then alternate HOI, and then the data will fit. This is how we actually split data, or we split a text data, and then we are able to have each of them in a column, and that way we can now begin to analyze it. At this particular point, if I should do this, if I should come like this and go and say insert, come here, have a recommended, you can see NUST, and then you can see UHAS. And then we know that on the 8th particular position, it means that UHAS is, most people choose UHAS to be on the 8th position, while NUST was on a different, maybe were lower. So if we chose it, there's a way of interpreting data that you've got to be careful. So 5 people actually chose NUST to be on the 8th position. 22 people choose UHAS to be on the 8th position. And this is how we interpret the data over there. I will delete the sheet. So here, this is how we actually clean data. We split it. If you want to know how to be able to put it together, what is it? It's also quite simple. I'm going to come here and show you how to do that pretty quickly. So if you wanted to put everything together as one text, so that's what I've already said, that you use text join. So you have text join here, and then with the text join, you always choose your delimiter. So the first thing is to choose your delimiter, whether you want the words to be separated by comma or by space. So here we use comma, so I will say like this. And remember, comma is a character, so you cannot put it just like that. It has to be in double quote. And then you put comma. And then what is the next thing? You simply just put T. I don't know if Excel accepts only T, so I'll spell true completely. And then the next thing is, the true means that if there are some spaces in between some of the words, Excel should ignore that part, because you can spell the word and then there might be some space over there. So ignore those ones. That's what we put true over there. Now we can now begin to add the text 1. So I will now say, this is my text 1, comma, my text 2, comma, text 3, text 4, text 5, 6, 7, and then 8. The last one, you cannot put comma over there. Then you do this, and then you see that you are back to where we were before. Then just pull this down, and then you see that you have it over there. Now you alternate HOI, then it will fit it, and this is how we had it in the first place. Now we can also, if we wanted to do around here, it would have been the same thing, but this time around the delimiter will be a space bar. So I would have said equal to text join, and then I have my text join function, which is here, and then the delimiter, remember we said, is a space. So first, open your quotation mark, then come and tap on your space bar on your computer like this. You just tap it once and then bring your other inverted commas to close it up. Then what is the next thing is for you to say true, as I mentioned before, like this. Then you have comma. Then now choose all the text that you want to put them together. So this will be my text 1, and all of them are separated by comma, and then you are good to go. And then this, and then the last one, you now close it with, and then that is it. So again, if we drag it down, it should be, and you see that we have got it already. So Control HOI to fit it, and then if we drag this time around, we can see we are back to where we started. So this is how we split text. I don't know, I don't want the video to be too long. What I'm going to do, I wanted to show you a real-time example of where sometimes you get your output, and then if you don't know how to do this, it becomes difficult for you to do a downstream analysis.